everyone. I'm Zaina Allen, and welcome back to Bold Life. I just want to know how you guys are doing. These have been some crazy times we live in, and this is a crazy world we live in. But it makes it better. People who find the good in others and choose the good in themselves. All right, so keep that one in mind. We have a great show for you. Make sure to share your thoughts in the comment section below. We want to know what you think. Our first guest went from being a science major in college to having her jewelry on major TV shows like Arrow, Jane the Virgin, and The Bachelorette, just to, name a few. So please welcome Peggy Lee. Hi, Peggy. How you doing?
I'm great, Zaina. How are you?
I'm awesome. So, Peggy, I want to know how exactly you got your start. It's so interesting to me that you went to school for science and you ended up here. Where did you get this? Where did you start this?
I had a love for TV and film. So right after college, I moved to Los Angeles to work as a writer. But I had always been crafty my whole life. So I was always making stuff and wearing it for myself. One day I did an interview with one of my favorite TV shows, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and met the costume designer. And I told her I was making jewelry, and I sent some into her. And before I knew it, she was using it on the show, and gave my name to a reporter at USA Today. And suddenly I had to make a website and have a business.
I love that. I love me some gold. So if you want to send something to Bold, then that's fine too. But being that you've been working with jewelry for so long, how have you seen the trends come and go?
Oh man, everything old comes around again. When I started, I was doing really like floating crystals. I don't know, you're too young to remember the trend. There was like stretchy crystal bracelets and this whole thing.
I know the stretchy crystal bracelets. I'm not that young.
And then, it went to like chunky and like boho chic. And then like it's become minimal and really simple. And I think that's where my style has gone. But I'm seeing a real resurgence in like nostalgia, like 80s, 90s jewelry. So it's all coming back around again.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's, we always hear that, that fashion trends always make their way back around. And I love that because the 80s was my favorite decade. I mean, I didn't live through it, but that was my favorite decade. So I'm excited to, keep bringing back the big colors, the big hair. I love it. I love it all.
Yeah.
So, with all that's going on in the world, how has Peggy Lee Creations decided to, give back and help the community?
Oh my gosh, there's so much going on. And, the only way to sort of like feel normal is to try and do something, right? To try and take some action. So I have a few jewelry designs that I'm donating 25% of the sales. For example, I have a Weather the Storm necklace, which I'll donate 25% to World Central Kitchen, which is Chef Andreas's charity that helps feed people during this pandemic. I also have a Blue Wave collection that 25% will go to the ACLU to protect voting rights.
Awesome. I love all of this work that you're doing. I absolutely love it. Now, can you let us know where people can find you?
You can find my work at www.peggyli.com, and that's PEGGYLI.com.
Absolutely. We love it. And Peggy, I will be in touch because I've seen a couple of necklaces that I might have to, talk to you about. So we'll have a little chat. Thank you for joining us, Peggy.
Thank you so much.
Here at Bold, we love a good binge-worthy show. And on top of that, we love the stars of these binge-worthy shows. Our next guest has been on Showtime's The Chi and Netflix's The Laundromat, again, amongst many other titles. Please welcome Miriam A. Hyman. How you doing?
Hey, sis. I'm good. How you feeling?
I'm awesome. So look, Miriam, you've had an extensive list of credits. Now, when did you first get your start in the entertainment industry?
Well, I started doing theater when I was in high school, and then I started doing TV and film a couple of years after that. So it's been a little minute, and gradually the productions have gotten larger and larger, and so on and so forth. It's been a couple of years. I say probably like maybe 15 that I've been working professionally. So yeah.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
And it's so crazy because I came out of graduate school in 2013. So it's like I've been working for real since 2013 up until this point.
That's awesome. So look, we have had so much going on in the world. Every day there's a new headline or a new story or a new hashtag. What keeps you sane and keeps you going? Where do you continue to find inspiration?
You know, I have a motto that I truly believe in, and it is to breathe and believe. And I think, you know, I just try to hold tight to that every single day in just the way that I operate, you know, professionally and then also just publicly. You know, I just always try to make sure that I'm spreading some optimism, some just some good words, you know, because like you said, it is a very stressful time. But I think more than anything, you know, in these difficult times, we just have to show love, you know, so continuing to just lift our fellow man and, you know, take any negative energy that you're dealing with and just try to make it positive. You know, there's so much that we can be doing. So I just try to, you know, lean towards keeping it positive and productive.
Yes, yes. Now let's talk about this music career of yours as Robyn Hood. Now tell me, where did you first find your love in music, and where did you get the inspiration to turn yourself into this whole alter ego? Where did this come from?
Well, actually, I started writing when I came out of graduate school. You know, school was so tough. It was 3 years of just like really, really, really tough times. You know, it was an opportunity to really just be kind of selfish, you know, just work on me. And the work was just really rigorous. And so when I got out of graduate school, I just had all of this time. You know, my schedule was free. I had nothing to do. And I always loved hip hop music. And so in my downtime, you know, I would just listen to a lot of instrumental beats, like just dope, you know, tracks that we love from Swiss Beats and so on and so forth, Timberland. And I would write over them, and I would write what I was not hearing on the radio. And so it was during the time when I was doing Richard III at the Public in New York. I was doing some off-Broadway theater. And really when I wasn't needed, when I wasn't being used or like just rehearsing scenes, I just would have time off, and I, you know, put my earphones in, and I would just start writing about what I wasn't hearing, about what was inspiring me that particular day. And next thing you know, that turned into a mixtape, and then I started dropping EPs. And I, when I was trying to think about names, I wanted to go with a moniker that really was representative of the kind of work that I was trying to do, uplift my community, motivate, inspire. And so Robyn Hood, I just thought was really dope because it encompasses so much, you know, who I am, where I come from, where I'm headed towards, you know, how I'm trying to give back. So there's a lot of different plays on the word. And so I said, well, you know, I'm gonna have to do Robyn with a Y, you know. But yeah, that's really just kind of how it started. And now I'm 2 mixtapes in, 3 EPs in. And yeah, just constantly making music that inspires me and hopefully inspires others.
I love that. I love that. So what can fans expect next from you? What's next from Robyn Hood or Miriam A. Hyman? What's next for both of them?
So it's definitely some things that are in the work, both as far as the acting and the music. It's just been crazy because with Corona, so many schedules have been changed around, and I should be shooting something right now. I'm supposed to be shooting something last month, but you know, I'm hopeful right now. Just in this time, I'm trying to believe in revolutionary optimism and really not even focus on myself so much, but try to see how I can be there for others, you know, to continue to help and inspire my community. So there's definitely some really lovely things in the mix. So people will just have to stay tuned, check out my social media to hear when things are dropping, but definitely some great things in the works.
Well, we are definitely looking forward to whatever is coming next from you. We are so excited. Thank you so much for joining us today, Miriam.
Thank you so much for having me. Stay well.
Yes, you too. We are celebrating the 20th anniversary of the original Bring It On. Now, I can't wrap my mind around that. It's been 20 years already. It's crazy. Now, Bold TV correspondent Shay caught up with the group Blaque to chat about their involvement with the original production. Check it out.
Welcome to Bold TV. Shay here, and joining me to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Bring It On are Shamari, DeVoe, and Brandi Williams, aka Blaque. And I'm loving the energy already, ladies. Welcome.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. Awesome.
We are talking about celebrating the 20th anniversary of Bring It On. So how are we celebrating the anniversary of this iconic movie? What are you guys doing?
Oh my God. Well, we're definitely doing a photo shoot with our East Compton High School Clover cheerleading outfits on. That's definitely coming out, and that's in the works. So we can show how fabulous we looked 20 years ago and how fabulous, even more fabulous, we look now.
Yes.
Yes, I just think it's good. I think I'm gonna have like maybe a watch party. Like I haven't watched the movie. I know it comes on TV, and every now and then I'll catch it, and I'll be like, oh, but I haven't like sat down and watched the movie in a very long time. So maybe I'll do like a little watch party or something just on that day. But I just can't believe it's been 20 years. Like crazy.
No, that is so true. I watched the movie so much, and honestly, I know me and my friends have dressed up as Clovers before for Halloween, and every year it's still something. But can you tell us any fun stories from the set when you guys were on there filming?
Lots of crazy stuff.
Oh
Man.
my God. We got some deep ones too that we probably don't want to share. Maybe in a book. Y'all can read.
That's gonna be in the book and in the documentary.
Yes.
But I think like the few things that we can share. I know Blaque we were actually in the middle of touring as well. Like, with the whole movie schedule, it was like you film for 5 days and then you have a weekend, right? You have the weekend off. We didn't really get that luxury because we had to go and do shows in between filming the movie. So we were super, super busy. I also remember learning the cheers and actually being in a cheer camp for, a month and actually learning the stunts and doing them. Like we loved it so much that we wanted to take it on the road with us. Like we started to teach our dancers how to do it and everything. So yeah, we really enjoyed the experience. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure. Like Brandi didn't mention that she was also in high school the captain of her cheerleading team. Did she tell you that? No, she did not. And so yeah, and I mean I was the cheerleader too, little local parks in Decatur where it's greater, but it was like Brandi said, it was so super cool just to like actually see other real cheerleaders come in and how they put this like first, like they are in competitive mode, like it was just crazy. Like, so we got a chance to really feel what they feel and really know what it is to compete. We got a chance to wear our hair in those cute little ponytails with the bows. You know how all the cheerleaders, when they go to competition, they wear their hair like that. Like it was so cool. Like that experience was amazing. And we filmed it in San Diego, California. And it's so beautiful there. It was like one of my California. I want to move there. Like that's like where I want to retire, So I had a great time.
No, I definitely had to make a visit to California. And Brandi, I just want to say we need friends like Shamari that's going to hype us up when we forget our moments to big ourselves up, Like
yes, absolutely. That's my sister right there. She always giving that positive energy.
I feel like with Bring It On, one thing that I witnessed a lot and I could witness to this day is the highlight of cultural appropriation. And I feel like you guys that movie definitely was one of the first to even highlight it. For many of us, and that's why we watch it till this day. So I want to know, what are your thoughts on the film's plot, especially because I feel like it's something that has been going on forever. So what do you guys think, especially nowadays, from what we're seeing in the media right now?
You know what? It's so funny because I kind of put myself back when we were filming it, right? And I don't really even think that came across my mind because being African American and knowing what that is, that's something that you kind of deal with, right, on a regular. Like that's just kind of our norm for that to be happening. So I didn't really look at it like, wow, this is kind of like one of the first times where it's being shown in a film like this. So now 20 years later and getting those kind of questions like from you and others that we've been doing interviews with, it's like, wow, we didn't know that we were doing something so big at the time and really showing like, this is what happens and this is, this is the plot and this is what can happen if that happens. Like, I know when we were younger and filming it, we weren't even thinking about it that way. But 20 years later, it's very, very, very still real and very, very relevant. So it's amazing.
Yeah, I think it just goes to show you how we as African Americans have constantly influenced other cultures throughout the years, like through music and dance and even just how voluptuous we are. You know what I'm saying? Like just like all of the things that we have are useful in society. So that's another example of it. And I think that, and Bring It On, they bring it up because the other team, the Toros, came to East Compton to steal our cheers and try to make it their own. So, you know, finally, in the end, the truth was exposed, and it shows that, you know, if Black people and white people just come together and unify, how impactful we can be. Like, in the end, we both won. But we got first place, of course, because we were the originators and they got second. But it just goes to show, you know, it shows that, but it's also a positive spin to it as well.
Definitely. So we appreciate you guys so much. We thank you guys, and I can't wait to see what's next for you guys. And I'm continuously supporting, of course.
Thank you so
much for having us.
Up next is our On the Watch segment brought to you by Peetos. Peetos is the world's first junk food snack made from peas. They put taste first and contains no artificial ingredients with 2 times the protein and 3 times the fiber. It's the superior choice to its corn-based counterparts. Peetos is available in 5 bold flavors and is sold in 4,700 locations. Find Peetos online at www.peetos.com, Amazon, and Super Stop and Shops. You can now send your best back-to-school skit on their TikTok challenge at Peetos brand, and they'll ship you a taste kit to your home to snack while you watch your favorite movies and shows. I learned about today's guests, interestingly enough, through word of mouth. As a resident of New Jersey myself, I've been hearing through the grapevine about a Black-owned drive-in theater in Newark, New Jersey, and of course, I had to learn more. Please welcome Siree Morris and Ayana Stafford-Morris. How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Thank you for having me. Of course. Now, you know what? I absolutely love this idea to bring this to Newark. I know the door for this type of opportunity opened up because of the virus. Now, when did you guys decide to take the first step?
So I'm a filmmaker, and I recently completed a documentary I co-directed with Udi and Lonnie called Wise We Americans that pre-screened at a festival here in Jersey. They adapted the pop-up drive-in movie theater experience. I thought it was a really great idea. That film pre-screened on June 19th. Maybe a week before that, I came to my husband and I said, hey, I want to do a pop-up drive-in movie theater. He thought it was a great idea. I was glad I didn't have to sell him on it. And he said that the Bear Stadium would be a great site. And then we've been rocking and rolling since then.
I love that. Now, you all only show Black films, is that correct?
Yes, we do. Our goal is to highlight African-American, or Black filmmakers, I should say.
I love that. Now, so you said the goal is to, highlight them. Is there more of a reason behind it? I think that, given the times that we're all in, we need, something like this. So what was your original reason behind choosing only Black films?
So, the racial tension that was, that's bubbling in the country right now, and just watching the news circuit, watching social media, just seeing a lot of content that just really was depressing. I wanted to be able to portray Black people in a positive light and give Black people an outlet to see a more positive image of themselves and to enjoy themselves.
Yes. I love everything about this. I need to come and visit. I've been, I'm a little ways away from Newark, but I'm gonna make it one day. I'll be there one day. So how long do I have? How long will Newark Moonlight Cinemas be open this year?
We'll be open to about October 4th right now, but we're in talks with the owner of the actual site to extend it through October and hopefully into November.
Okay, so I got time. Is what you're telling me. I got some time to come by.
Definitely have to come. You got time, but you got to make it down early.
The shows sell out very, very fast and often. So.
I've tried to come. I'm not gonna lie. I tried to come the weekend that you guys first opened, and that didn't happen for me. I tried to come the second weekend, but I'll get there. Now, do you guys think that it'll come back next year?
Yeah, definitely. It's by popular demand. We'll definitely be back next year. We'll probably be at a different location, but we look to improve on our experience this year.
I'm excited. To see it. As I said, if I don't make it this year, even though I'm sure I will, I'll be there next year for sure, but I'm definitely going to be there this year. Now, I personally covered the Newark International Film Festival for a few years, and I personally think that would be a great collaboration with you guys. And now I'm thinking of so many different things that you guys, could collab with, can partner with. What's in the future for Newark Moonlight Cinemas?
So I'm actually working right now to put together my own film festival for Newark Moonlight Cinema. I've had a lot of independent filmmakers reach out to me about wanting to screen their their films. You know, with festivals being in flux right now, people want to see their films on the big screen. So I'm putting together a partnership now to be able to a Newark Moonlight Film Festival for independent artists.
Whew, I'm so excited. Well, just let me know. We'll be there. We'll be there. Of course. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm so looking forward to this. Well, let me know, where can we all find you guys?
I'll let you get this.
Okay. All right. So our website is newarkmoonlight.com. That's where you can purchase tickets online. The tickets must be purchased in advance. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Facebook and Instagram is at Newark Moonlight Cinema, and Twitter is at Newark Moonlight.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us, and we're looking forward to whatever you guys have in future. I will be there. I'm going to come up to you guys and say, hey, it's me. So I will see you guys there.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good one. This man has been such a staple in our culture. My mother, for one, only refers to him as Sheriff Troy, but some of you may know him as Jimmy Ruffin. You may know him as Will Brown, and even the most recent Jacob Greenleaf. Please welcome Lamman Rucker. Hi, Lamman. How you doing today?
I'm great. How you doing?
I'm awesome. You look like you've been real refreshed in this virus while we've been sitting at home.
Listen, that's a mental game in and of itself. So I hopefully I always look like that. I try to, but
I mean, you do.
Yeah,
you do.
It's not a game though. It's,
right.
It takes a lot of real intentional focus sometimes to keep to stay on top of the game. But you gotta stay positive, man.
Absolutely,
you know?
absolutely.
Stay positive no matter what.
So, Lamman, you've been in the industry for such a long time, and you've kept yourself relevant, and you stayed consistent through it all. What do you think you owe your success to?
Really understanding that, though, even some of the key words that you mentioned are important. I think a lot of people also want to get somewhere like really fast, and I've learned if you want to get there fast, go alone. But if you want to get there and stay there, and if you want to actually do something significant, bring people with you. Go with with the plan. Go with a strong value system. With a strong sense of character and integrity and purpose, and even having a healthy relationship with yourself as well as with other people. Right. I think. What's really helped me and sustained me is really just having my value system in place, man, taking care of myself, taking care of my body, taking care of my mind, my spirit, not getting in this business for the attention, for the fame, for money, stuff like that. Funny enough, all that stuff has come secondary to making sure I'm going about it the right way and for the right reasons. So I really love what I do. I love, I love being alive. I love embracing the creative gifts and the other, opportunities and responsibilities that I have. I embrace the responsibility, and I don't take that lightly. So, I just think I've been fortunate. I've been lucky, but I've got great training, got incredible people behind me, come from beautiful people, connected to beautiful people. I'm a Black man, so I'm connected to endless, centuries of greatness and legacy and rich heritage and culture and spirit. So I just do my best to walk in all of that, accept everything that comes along with it, don't squander it, and have some respect for myself and where I come from and respect for the craft, what I'm doing and who I'm supposed to serve. So I think that's really what's really kept me in a good place and allowed me not only have access to good opportunity, but even to be prepared for it, equipped for it to receive it. And then once you receive it, you know what to do with it.
Yes, I absolutely love that. And I know you mentioned, having a good team around you. And so you have a good team around you who got you on this show, Greenleaf, okay? And we all recently said farewell to Greenleaf with their post-finale special. After five whole seasons, how do you think Greenleaf has impacted the Black community? And are you sad to see it go?
Oh, wow. I'm incredibly sad to see it go. But Similar to your first question, really, another thing that I tried to stand very firm on that I'm glad I learned also a long time ago, that it's quality over quantity, right? So as sad as I am to see this show go away, I'd much prefer to have 5 quality seasons, high quality seasons, than to have 7 or 8 and to have like the other 2 or 3 be like, I mean, they probably wouldn't have been that because we're kind of dope. But at the same time, that happens.
Yeah.
Especially when businesses, because this is an industry, and when some shows go about things strictly about the money, or it's all about people just wanting to keep their jobs, or they get comfortable, or the advertising dollars are there, or the what I mean, the promotion and the attention, and is there. So I definitely think we had a couple still very strong years, ahead of us had we continued to tell this story some more. But I'm incredibly encouraged by it because I know how powerful it's been. I mean, the way it has spoken to people of all races. I think it also speaks to the fact that even as Black people and as a Black family being the cornerstone of this program, that we are universal. We can speak to and identify with people all over the world, not just the African diaspora, right? We know that as Black folks, we're all over the globe too. And we've got a huge international following as well. But there's so many people, even people who have come up to me and they're such huge fans of the show, and they don't look nothing like me, And even though being well aware that even the OWN network is really targeted to women, there's countless men who have come up to me over the years who love this show. And I think that has everything to do with not just the writing, but it has also everything to do with the men who are on the show, understanding that we're assets too, that, and we're here to also to speak our truth and to understand that when we do that in alignment with how wonderful the women are all around us, on the show and all the way through our leadership, all the way up to the top to Oprah, right?
Yes.
As well, that incredible things can happen when we all work together, we all serve each other, we all support each other, and we tell the truth. As uncomfortable as it is, I think that's really what this show has also been about, having the courage to tell the truth. And it was really tough for people to accept us speaking about the church environment, right, the way we have. But that's also what's elevated this show, is people have been thankful that we talked about the church in the way that we have, that we talked about Black family the way we have, that we talked about God the way we have, that we talked about spirituality and sexuality and parenthood and suicide and all the things that we've dealt with, infidelity, rape, molestation, and all these things that unfortunately are the truth of many, many families. So no matter what your station, no matter what your race, culture, gender, identification or whatever, like, these things impact everybody in some form or fashion. They are connected to every story, every family in some form or fashion. So let's not be afraid to tell the truth. If we want to live healthy lives, if we want to live lives of love and light, you know what I'm saying? Like, if God's really going to be able to be present within you, you got to tell the truth. You got to come to God with the truth. However you see God too. This is, like I said, it's a universal conversation. However you see God, have a relationship and do your best to make sure that relationship is coming from a pure place and it's not seduced by, power and money and sex and control and all these other things, because it completely clouds the spirit, it clouds the message, and it will, and you're going to pay the price, so it's better to tell the truth, do it from a pure place, make sure God is at the, center of what you do. And if you do so, then like Pop says, Bishop says, it should just be, dripping with love,
yes.
To the best of your ability. So I think that's the kind of impact, and those are the kind of principles, and that's the kind of impact that it has really spoken to and had for a lot of people all over the place.
And I think a lot of people, gain, like you said, a lot of people have gained so much from this show, and I'm sad to see it go. Like I said, we heard about a little spinoff, but I'm not gonna ask you too much about that. I
don't know nothing about it. Like I wish I did, but I don't know anything about it.
Well, we're looking
other
forward
than
to
the same tease that y'all got.
We're hoping that it'll come out. We'll see how it works.
Hey, I hope I'm in it.
I hope
y'all
so
want me in
too.
it, make sure y'all tell them y'all gotta have Jacob in the spinoff.
Yes,
you gotta have Jacob in the spinoff.
Jacob.
I need y'all to fight for me. Pray for me. Pray for Jacob, man. Pray that he stays in the story.
Yes, and I'm sure he will. You've done an amazing job on Greenleaf, and you've done an amazing job in your career overall. So thank you so much for joining us today, Lamman. I loved our chat.
My pleasure. So thanks so much for the love. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned. You can catch us, pretty much everywhere. I think Greenleaf comes to Netflix in September.
Yep, I saw that.
I'm always out and about, staying active in the community. We've got some really powerful projects in development. So, movie called This Love Wins, Albert and Paul. Got my nonprofit, The Blaque Gents. At Lamman Rucker on IG, official, and at Lamman Rucker on Twitter, Facebook. So just stay in touch, man. Continue to be part of the community. Wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, please continue to lift me up. And don't be afraid to come out here and get your hands dirty, and have some fun. But thanks for watching. Appreciate you tuning in.
Thank you so much,
Thanks for having me with you today. Yeah, I appreciate it. My pleasure.
That's the end of today's show. Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook. Get our Amazon Fire TV app. Watch us on IG Live. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Stay tuned. Stay safe. And we'll see you in 2 more weeks. See ya.